All right, so here's a quick overview of the template. And first thing I'll tell you is I was working in PowerPoint 2007, and all of the colors I use, let me just click on an object here. So all of the colors I use are part of the color scheme. So I just use this blue color scheme here. So this is dark blue text 2. And the reason I use this color scheme is so that you can use this as you want if you want to do that. Keep this color scheme, or you can modify the color. So if we go to design, for example, you'll see how this works. And then we can just apply different color scheme, and you can see that quickly. Now your template's going to look a little different. So I just went ahead and stuck with the blue in the office color scheme, and then you can customize it as you want. A couple recommendations. One is I built it so it's got 4 modules. So if you wanted to change that up, you can add 2 modules, 3 modules, whatever you want to do. And let's go ahead and duplicate this slide and kind of play with it. If you wanted to, you can go ahead and add another module. And all I do is I do this. I'd select them all, group them, and then you could scale it down a little. And don't worry about the text. And then you can ungroup this. And then I would just take another, oops, let me reselect this again. Just take another chunk, hit Shift Control and drag it over, and now you've got a 5th module. Or you could do the opposite and make a 6th module. Now what I would also do is once you've kind of built it, I would do this. I would get rid of the title here, and then I would take this here, and then I would right click and save it as an image and call it just 1. And then I would do it another one and change it to 2, and then save it and call it 2. Then I'd bring those back in. So this way you're not having to mess around with all these different objects on there. You would just have one simple image to work with, and it'll be a lot easier on your publishing as well. The same thing with these buttons. I'd create a button like this, and then I would just save it as an image file and bring it in versus keeping it as a PowerPoint object. Now on the text here, I just went ahead and used a default rounded Arial text. You can apply whatever text you want to on there. And then what I did is just a few iterations. So here's one where you've got your title bar. You can do it down here, and this kind of shows your module. And then you've got all this white space, and you can do what you want to with your text. Here I didn't put a title bar in there. I just put an arrow up here, and then this is just kind of working off that gray box where you've got a place to put content. And then on this one I just used an inset shadow just to see what it looks like. But you can do whatever you want to with these. The other thing I'd recommend, let me delete this slide here. The other thing I'd recommend is actually taking all of this. So like you would see what's consistent across all of these slides is the blue background. So I would just take the objects for the blue background, move it to your master, and then apply that across all your slides. And then the same thing with the white box. So the white box is consistent across all these iterations. So I would just create another slide that has just the white box, and then on the different slides you could just add this on top, or you can create different layouts with those different looks on them. So just a couple ideas to play around with. I think from a rapid e-learning perspective, the habit should be build these things out and then save these different components as image files and then bring them back in. Same with your background. Instead of keeping this as a PowerPoint object-based background, just save the entire background as an image and then bring it in. And then anytime you want to modify it, you could modify it in the original PowerPoint file. Hope you enjoy.